Hey y'all, this is Murikkka. Hope y'all are well. Got a story that I want to share with you. It's actually 3 stories, but I'm going to do them in chronological order by date. But I want to show you something, and it's about Uganda. So y'all know Uganda done found all this oil and these natural resources they've announced to the world over the last year or so. So if you've been keeping up with the continent, y'all know them folks is over there trying to recolonize it once more for more resources because they understand, one, that the West is getting ready to be done financially and physically. Two, they're setting up for the third and final world order. And so it's fitting that everybody's trying to go back to Africa because that's where we're supposed to be going. If you're Yasharel, you understand what I'm talking about. You know, everybody trying to claim the resources and prevent what's coming on the earth from coming. And they're trying to be proactive instead of being reactive, like they're going to win. But anyway, y'all know that Babylon been trying to export her nastiness all over the world, forcing folks to take pledges to um, have a LGBTQ agenda and give those people rights in the countries that they are forcing it on. And so they're basically trying to turn Africa from its uh, traditional ways and values to Babylonian ways and values. And those nations have been rejecting it. They're unified in their rejecting. And it's not, they're not saying that people can't be, because it is, I mean, how you can't stop people from doing whatever they're going to do sexually. It's just that that's not going to be a focus. The rights of the LGBTQ community, no matter how many people are in the nation, that culture and that value does not exceed the number of people who are countering it or don't want it. But of course, y'all know why spiritually Babylon wants the world to, you know, um, be LGBTQ, because it plays into the days of Noah and Lot. And if you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, I recommend you read about the days of Noah in Genesis and the days of Lot. And also you should read the Apocrypha so you can understand, exactly what was going on during those days, because that's what's happening now. The children sacrifice, the transhumanism, uh, doggone men dressing like women, all the sex. So that is what the adversary is trying to groom the earth for. And so they got to get all these traditional valued nations on board. And so they're forcing their ways on countries who do not want them. And if those countries overtly refuse it, then they're destabilizing them. And so Uganda is one that I've been following, because the president of Uganda, Prime Minister, he's been outspoken about not wanting anything that America is offering. Because one, everybody knows that, Babylon is declining. It's getting ready to collapse. And so they're moving on to a different society. But spiritually, the Roman Empire needs this. If you know anything about the Roman Empire if you know anything about the Roman Empire, you know what they're about. So I'll just leave it at that. So this first story is about the president of Uganda signed an anti-gay bill into law that calls for death penalty in some cases. Now, y'all know these folks over here, it's like, oh, they're going to kill people. Well, they've been stoning people forever for rape and different things that we don't do. We allow people to get off. You can rape somebody behind a trash can, and the judges say, well, I see your future. I'm going to give you, 365 days of probation, and then you go off to college and you can work on Wall Street, or you can go to Harvard if your parents got money. So, when it comes to certain things, America has a double standard. But the Ugandan president basically signed anti-LGBTQ legislation, and it says it's one of the harshest in the world, although I seriously doubt that. So it says that Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni signed one of the world's harshest anti-LGBTQ bills into law on Monday. Now I'm reading from ABC News. If I read from another news, it's going to say something else. So I just pulled this up because I want to just show you the timeline. So they have an Anti-Homosexuality Act of 2023, which was introduced in Uganda's parliament in early March, and calls for the death penalty for aggravated homosexuality, which is defined as cases of same-sex relations involving people who are HIV positive, as well as with minors and other categories of vulnerable people. Anyone else who engages in sex gay sex could face life imprisonment if convicted, while anyone caught trying to have same-sex relations could face up to 10 years in prison. So I have not, I can say, I have not read the bill, so I can't speak on it. But, what I want to show is the nation basically passed legislation, and the president of Uganda signed the legislation. So those are national priorities. That was a national decision, and it didn't have nothing to do with nobody else. Every nation on earth has the right to dictate the values for their nation. Why is America worrying about what happens on the African continent unless they're planning on taking over the African continent? So, anywho, this story was on May 29th. So the next story that I want you to notice is Uganda's longtime president says he's taking forced leave after testing positive for COVID-19. This was June the 8th. So now, about 2 weeks after he signed the anti gay bill in 2023, he got to go home because he got COVID. I thought COVID was over. I thought ain't nobody have it. So, you know, I'm concerned now, but see, the president says he is taking forced leave. So he letting you know he might not even have it, but they making him go home. Say he got the cootie bug. Said he has ruled since 1996, said on Twitter that he was experiencing mild symptoms as he goes into isolation. While 2 of the 3 samples collected from him earlier in the week tested negative, 1 returned a positive result, he said in a statement Thursday. I have therefore got the second forced leave in the last 53 years, ever since 1971, when we started admitting Idi Amin, he said. I'm sorry, when we started fighting Idi Amin, he said, citing the dictator who ruled Uganda in the 1970s. So, notice the language that he's using. Don't sleep on it. So now this was June the 8th. Now, check out this story that came out came out today. At least 41 people dead after ISIS linked attack on Uganda schools. Militants believed to be allied democratic forces abducted others in attack on secondary school in Imponwe. Militants linked to the Islamic State reportedly killed at least 41 people and abducted others in an attack on a school in western Uganda. So they attacked children. So I don't even have to read no more. Y'all know what time it is. The reason that I'm pointing this out to you is because if they're doing it on the continent, they're going to do it to us here. These folks have a scorched earth policy. They play both sides. They don't believe in you exercising free will. It's going to be you going to do their will or else. You going to assimilate or else. They're going to have their will done or they're going to do their will to you. And so, I'm just showing you the progression in a very short period of time, how these leaders are standing up to these colonizers, and these colonizers are doing what they do. So don't be sleeping. All this violence you see in our community is not by accident. All these mass killings you see in our community, all these shootings and so on and so forth to incite fear, it ain't by accident. Um, all these leaders going along with these plans, it's not by accident. Everything is planned out. They got who they want in power, and if they want to remove you for any reason, they're going to find a way to do it. Lastly, any of us can be a victim, because as long as their will gets done to them, that's all that matters. So we need to keep that in the forefront of our minds at all times, that at any time we can be a victim. We could be just like these people. You send your kids off to school, your kids could be a victim. You could go to work and you could be a victim. You could work at a place that is on the list to be sacrificed, and you could be sacrificed. Um, you could be forced into situations because you have dissenting views, or you are not playing the game the way they want you to play it. We are living in dangerous times, and we need to pray for all of our brothers and sisters all over the world. We are in danger. We are truly hostages on this earth. And sadly, we can't always. I don't like raccoons. Some people willfully go along and do it, but sometimes people just get put in a bad situation. In order for them to save their lives, they have to, do certain things. And when you defy the system, they make you pay. I can attest to that because I've had that happen to me over the last, 3-4 years. Nothing like this on this level, because I don't have no clout. I ain't nobody. I just tell the truth about the things that I see, and bring you different perspectives on stories that you otherwise would not get, because Black media doesn't necessarily talk about these types of things, and they don't talk in these terms. But we have to really start having open and honest conversations about the plight of all Black people all over the earth right now. I know we got this rift with all these different groups, but at the end of the day, everybody got the same oppressor. Everybody got the same thief. Everybody got the same subjugator. And if you try to deny them their will, there's a price for it. And so we have to begin to stick up for the people who stick up for us, the people who speak for us, the people who fight for us, the people who put their necks on the line and their lives on the line to defy this system, because we understand what is coming, and some of us are not down for it. So, if the devil ain't messing with you, it's because you ain't doing nothing. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to continue to say it. We need to wake up as many people as we can, and Black people all over the globe need to get on one page, because here we are in the belly of the beast. And, African people of African descent in Europe and in other Western territories, living in the belly of the beast. We're going to experience a different type of wrath, but we're going to experience wrath as well. So we need to condition our minds. We need to pray and prepare for what's coming, because we don't know the day nor the hour when these folks going to turn up on us. They're doing it gradually, but soon they're just going to let loose. It could be a civil war. It could be another crisis. It could be a cootie bug, a cyber attack. It could be a local community attack. You could be in your grocery store shopping and somebody could just come in there and we don't know what's going to happen. We just know these people are crazy. These people are evil. These people are wicked. And you know who they are working for. So continue to pray, continue to prepare your mind, body, soul, spirits. Get your family in order, get your homes in order, and just be ready because we're going to be under attack soon enough. What's happening outside of our borders is coming home. Just give it time. They're already stirring the pot. Um, you can watch the news. You see Chicago, LA, all these different stories, New York, all these different people, the CRT stories. Those stories ain't in the news by accident. You got us being dragged into politics 2024 chat. We need black people disappointed, black people this. We created them. We did the most things for black people. Got the Juneteenth coming up, so folks gonna be celebrating when it was nothing for them to celebrate. But now everybody gets to celebrate and just have another day to party without any recompense. But people just want to give us a holiday and celebrate. They're going to have to pay a price for that eventually. But before they do, a lot of our people are going to be paying a price as Babylon falls and this new system comes online. So don't get it twisted. There's no room to sleep. We don't have time to sleep. We don't have time to rest. We need to be prepping and watching. That's what we need to do. And we need to be praying for our brothers and sisters all over this world, our cousins, aunties, and uncles, even people on the continent, because all of us are experiencing white supremacy. We just experience it a different way. And they may be in black nations and they may, be, have black governments. But at the end of the day, most of them are colonized. Most of them have real bad deals with their enemy. And we all got the same color enemy, but the enemy is the enemy at the end of the day. And all they do is, rob, kill, and destroy. We gotta keep that in mind. And so pray for our people all over this world who are taking a stand against Babylon. They're rejecting Babylonian ways. They don't want Babylonian culture. They don't we want Babylon in their business. They don't want Babylon stealing their resources. They don't want Babylon doing nothing to their children because they don't like Babylon. They understand what comes with Babylon. We got some of the oldest nations on the continent, on this earth. And Babylon acts as if it's older and has more experience in trying to tell people what to do. That's that Jezebel spirit, that Baphomet spirit, that Tower of Babel, Nimrod spirit. This Roman Empire spirit. We just got wickedness. It's wickedness central where we live, and so we got to strive to live right, live holy, and be found worthy to escape all that's coming on this earth. So please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. If you can, please also subscribe to my Rumble and Odyssey channels in the event that this channel is struck down or I can't post to it. I will post notifications on Twitter and on Facebook if I'm shut down, and I will post on Odyssey or Rumble. Although it's really hard to post on Odyssey. You got to go through a whole bunch of stuff to use it. It's not functional at all. So Rumble is easier. If there are any other platforms that I can use or any that you can share, please leave them in the comment section because I'm always looking for some place to post. I really would prefer to post someplace where Black folks own it and control it, but I know a lot of times we don't have a lot of viewership because our people like white people stuff. Just put it out there. We love Uncle Mr. Charlie and them, Miss Ann and them. interwebs and their free platforms. So I go where the majority of our people are, but I wish our people would wake up and start supporting our own. Until they do, I have to use Mr. Charlie and them interwebs and platforms. So hang in there with me, y'all. But continue to share the info, wake people up, help people understand what's coming, because what is coming is going to be dangerous for all of us on this earth. And just because it's happening on the continent does not mean it's not going to happen here. It's going to happen differently here, but it's going to happen to us too. So pay attention to what's happening on the continent. Pay attention to the dissenters. Pay attention to those who are working to be independent and have resources of their own and protect their own people and get out of the system, because they are suffering persecution. And so again, I was talking about the season of discomfort. We're in the season of discomfort. We're in the season of persecution. We are also in the season of exodus. And so while we are navigating and dodging persecution, we should be expecting an exodus. And read up on Exodus, the first one and the second one in the Bible, because we got to leave here. We ain't gonna be able to stay here. If you think you're gonna be able to stay in America and it's gonna be great, it ain't gonna be great. I'm gonna tell you now, it's not gonna be great. And so we need to be trying to get up out of here, but we need to get ourselves together and get right with the Most High. Remember His ways, His law, statutes, and commandments. Be obedient, but we also need to learn how to love Yasharel and be one with one another. All right, y'all, this is Marley K. Love y'all, and I'm out.